My name is Copa. I'm the physical therapist for the Houston Dash.
And I'm Corey Ashe, and I am the strength and conditioning coach for the Houston Dash.
What are we going to be doing today?
I'll be going through some activation exercises to prep for practice.
Aside from sweating, I'll teach you guys how to run the warm-up properly to get the athletes ready for whatever it is they're going to be doing.
Okay, perfect. Let's do it.
All right. So typically, the way the warm-up works, the way we do it, the first part, I usually have the athletes run their 1 or 2 laps around the field, simply to just get the blood flow going, getting them ready. They like to talk a lot as well, so that's their time to socialize. And then after they've done their lap, we bring them here to 3 cones. So you can see a cone here, cone here, cone here. First part is just general. So it's just, again, getting the blood flow to the muscles, getting the muscles obviously prepped for what we're going to be doing. So I'll have her jog. She'll jog all the way down, so go ahead and jog. It doesn't have to be a fast jog. This is still at the athlete's pace. So usually the way I do it, we'll have, and you can jog back, since we have about 24 or so, I usually have 4 lines, and then we divide it 6 people in each line, 7 people in each line. It's entirely up to them. So then the next thing we'll have you do is on the side, just a side shuffle. Side shuffle, yep. So all the way down, yep. So I'll have them sometimes do that. This time, Copa, I'm gonna have you side shuffle all the way down, just like that. Arms all the way down, just like that. Perfect. So after this, I'll have her do karaoke. So just crossing it over, basically making sure getting the hips moving back and forth. As you see, some people like to bring that leg across. Same thing on the way back. You want to keep them facing the same direction. That way they're getting, obviously, both sides. Next thing, so Copa, I'll just have you come just to me, so you don't have to, sweat too much. So she'll just jog again, just to me, jog to me, and then jog back, so you're not, doing doggies. Next thing I'll have her do is a little bit of high knees and butt kicks. High knees, butt kicks. So here, yep, butt kicks. Same thing on the way back. Then after that, I'll have her do 2 and 2. So she's going shuffling diagonally forward. Yep, all the way here. So I'll have her do that, and then on the way back, she'll do it backwards. So backwards. Yep, just like that. Perfect. So I'll let you rest. I don't want to obviously crush her, but these are the type of movements that we do. So it's just very general, not sport specific yet. So just trying to, like I said, get the blood flow going, let the athletes know, hey, it's time to get ready to work. So then what we do is I'll have her stretch. So this is where we do the static stretching. So whatever they usually need. Each player is different, so I don't like to dictate, hey, this is what we're going to do. Some players are tight in their quads, some are tight in the hamstrings, some are tight in the glutes. So, Copo, for the next really minute, 2 minutes, we'll sit here and she'll stretch, right? So after the minute, 2 minutes is up, we get back into it. Now the difference is we're going into more of the dynamic movements. The reason why is now we're going to really activate the muscles that are going to be used out there on the field. So to start with, I'll have her just go sweep the ground to get the hamstrings. So she'll walk that all the way down. Usually I leave that again at the player's discretion. Some like to take multiple steps, some like to just go one after the other. On the way back, I'll have her just reach up, grab the quad. So she'll grab the quad. You can just do a couple, you don't have to do it all the way down. So she'll go all the way down. Then when she gets back, I'll have her go on the side. So to get the adductors, right? So here we're just looking for, obviously keeping that chest up. She's not slouching here and she's not just here. She's going deep enough into it. If she wants to rock back and forth, which we have some athletes do, that's fine. And then she switches sides back and forth. So she'll do this all the way down. On the way back, I'll sometimes mix it up and have them do a curtsy lunge. So here, we obviously are trying to warm up the hips. So we want the athletes to obviously turn here, sit into it, and get the posterior muscles activated as well. So she'll do that, you're good. Some like to alternate, it's entirely up to them. So then I'll have her come to me. Now we're gonna have her pull up and really come up on that calf muscle, yep, and then just walk it out. However many she needs, just walking it out. Good. Then on the way back, I'll have her do a cradle. So the way I like to do the cradle, obviously some athletes are different, but what I like is I like for them to kind of squat down into it and then pull up as high as they can, coming up on that calf, but also getting that glute fired up, ready to go. So, yep, she'll pull up, perfect, good. So then you can walk it down. Then the other one that I like to do as well is I like to have them do a lunge, and then obviously bring this arm up, twist to the side or lean to the side. If they want to twist, they can twist. If they want to go back, they can go back. Really just activating that hip flexor a little bit. Good. So she can do that all the way down. You're good. Then I'll have them, I don't have to demonstrate it, but then I'll have them do a reverse lunge, exactly the same thing. Last two will be world's greatest. So I love the world's greatest stretch. Really just kind of gets everything. So we've got obviously hips, groin. Sometimes I'll have them rock back to get the hamstring. So if she wants to rock it back, she can. If not, it's totally fine. But really want to get that rotation, keeping that back leg as straight as possible. Good, you're good. And then on the way back, so if she was to come here, I'd have her do inchworms on the way back. Key thing with the inchworm, obviously, walk it down. Some people will have them, yep, do a push-up just like that. Main thing is try to keep the legs obviously as straight as possible. Walk it on up. Again, some athletes like to walk it out, yeah, because if not, people like me with little legs, you'll be here for an hour trying to get going. So then it's like, okay, I allow them about 30 seconds to stretch, so on and so forth, and then we start to ramp up the speed. So then after she's stretched, it's okay, I'll have her accelerate all the way down. So she'll now pick up the speed wherever she's at. Everybody's different, obviously, but here, and then I'll have them walk back. Obviously with the humidity and how hot it is, I don't want the athlete to be, done by the time training starts. Here, next movement will be, I'll just have them kind of do some lateral bounds here, and then when they feel like they're ready to accelerate, then they accelerate. So, yep, just like that. We'll have straight leg runs. So the key with the straight leg runs is just snapping that leg down, really activating that hamstring. So here, getting the arms going, mimicking the running motion. If I want the more demand, I'll have them go faster, and I'll have them snap it down. And again, they walk back. I'll have them go up for a header, obviously simulate jumping, and then as soon as they land, boom, accelerating through. Each time this is getting faster. So each time, obviously I'm not trying to kill Copa, you can rest. Great job. So after that, after this part, I usually then go into the movement integration, which really mimics what we're gonna be doing. I don't have it set up here, but that's when the ladders and the poles and the hurdles come out. So usually what I like to do is I'll put 4 poles directly in front of the athlete, and then I'll have them weave in and out, and then go through sideways on the ladder, or maybe an icky shuffle through the ladder, accelerate that. So all the movements that they're going to get when it's time to play. The last thing, you guys come over here, will just be the neural part of it, right? So we want obviously them to really, really be awake, I guess. So the best way, there's multiple ways to do this. So basically what I'll have the athletes do is I'll have them line up. So obviously you can see the different color cones. So it's really a reaction drill. I'll put a cone, maybe about 10 yards out. This is also a good way to get some sprints involved, kind of secret running, which the athletes don't know about, because you want to turn it into a game. So if I have 4 athletes lined up, it's okay. First one that crosses the line first wins. The last one has to do a star jump. So it's like, oh, I want to be a star, right? But it's secretly getting them ready to compete, this firing, ready for the session. So typically what I'll do is I'll call out 2 colors. The first color corresponds with the first row. The second color corresponds with the second, right? So if I say blue, orange, what that means is you're going to come up to blue, and then you're going to come here, and then you're going to accelerate through, right? So I'll have them, and you can have them start different ways. I can have them start on their knees. I can have them start on their stomachs. I can have them start however I want to have them start. I can say pink, orange, pink, blue. Just really anything that's going to get them, I guess, the neurological system firing. I can have them start on the side here and then say blue, orange. So then it's here, blue, okay, orange, boom, and then accelerate through. Once we've done about 3 or 4 of those, pretty much ready to train. So that's usually how I run the warm-ups. It usually starts with getting them moving for about the first 3 to 5 minutes. From there, we move into dynamic warm-up, flexibility. From there, it's movement integration. I don't do that all the time. It depends on obviously how the athletes are doing. And then from there, I move to the neurological side, get them fired and ready to go. That's typically how the warm-up goes.
Muscle activation is something that we do to start prepping before practice, just to get the muscles kind of engaged and ready to go. So none of these exercises should be a total burn. We're not looking to strengthen or work on any sort of endurance. At its most basic explanation, we're just trying to wake up everything so all the muscles feel ready to go to participate in the activities to come in practice. We're going to start from the core and work our way down, as that's a little bit more soccer specific for us. So we're going to start with just some easy planks. Again, nothing too crazy. We're just going to do a 10-second plank here in the front, and then sometimes I'll give them cues to make sure that they're engaging their core, they're trying to bring their ribs down, and they should be able to feel like that's working. After about 10 seconds, I ask them to go on their side. They'll go on their side, and then they'll drop their hip down and then push it back up towards the ceiling, and they'll do 5 of those, and then switch to the other side. Excellent. We might do a couple rounds of that depending on what level you're working with. So usually for my girls, we go for about 2 or 3 rounds just so that they can feel like they've activated their core. Start to move down towards the glutes, so I give them a band, and then I ask them to put it around their feet. This serves a dual purpose, to start activating some of the glutes and to also start activating some of the muscles around the side of the foot for ankle stability. So I ask them to get into a small, soft knee, sort of mini squat position and start to walk to the side. You do about 5 to 10 steps out to the side, down and back, always facing the same way, until I hear them say, yes, I feel like my glutes are engaged, or they feel along the side. So from here, we're going to start working on some hip flexor activation and core, continue the core activation. So I ask them to brace their core and then start some marches, and they'll push it to the band there. Same thing. 5 to 10 times, not enough to make them tired, but enough to feel like things are working. All right, after this, I ask them to lay down and put the band around their knees. And from here, we're going to continue some of that glute activation stuff and just do some easy bridges. So first, tell them to push out against the band, good, come back in, and then back down again. 5 to 10 reps as well, or whatever it kind of takes for them to start to feel like it's working. From here, we can take the band off, but stay in this position. Start to activate the hamstrings a little bit. Up in a bridge position, they start to walk their feet out and take little steps, digging their heels into the ground and feeling like their hamstrings are starting to work. 5 to 10 times is good as well. This one, usually they start to feel it a little bit sooner. Good. Then we ask them to stand back up. We're going to start working on some single leg balance and neuromuscular activation there. So this could be a partner thing, or you can help them out. They stand on one leg. We give them some gentle pushes so that they have to resist. Start working their glute all the way down to their ankle to accomplish the balance. All right. From here, we can go down into some calf work. Like to do some holds to start warming up the tendons, getting some loading through there. Usually say about 10-second holds and back down again. They'll do a couple rounds of that. From there, we'll start working on some impact through the calf and tendons, and so you want to do some pogo hops. About 10 to 15 is good here, just enough to feel like their calves are starting to work. From here, we get into some maybe bigger motions, because landing mechanics are important, being stable through the knee. So once we've activated through the chain, we start working on the front quad, another landing mechanics. So first, we start some really fast squats, about 5 of those, and from there we go into 5 squat jumps. Sometimes if we're prepping for practice, I add a little push, so go ahead and do your squat jump, push a little bit, and have them work on their landing mechanics with a little bit of perturbation. From here, start working on some single leg jumping mechanics, so same thing, small single leg squat, 5, nice and quick, with some cues for landing mechanics if they need it. do that on both sides. So about 5 single leg squats, and then from there going into 5 single leg jumps. All right, so from here we start working on a little bit of some holds again for adductor or groin. So he's going to lay on his side. This is a kind of advanced one, so you might have to modify for what they're able to do. So I'm going to grab his top leg here, and then he's going to lift himself up. So just do like a
Oh, good.
and so he picks up his bottom leg there. If they're just kind of working towards it, all he has to do is really push down into my hand and feel like he's working in his core there. So all he's doing is pushing downward into there. All right, from there, they can circle back to any of those exercises they feel like they need another round to do. And that's pretty much it to get them going for lower extremity so that they can go outside and finish practice.